Hello. I once had this old job and decided to share it here. I was working at Central Mall in the UK. I was given a quite peculiar set of rules to follow. Here they are. Number 1. If at any time you hear a loud screeching noise, do not go into the Zara shop. And if you do find yourself inside when the screeching noise occurs, hide in the cloth racks or under the food shop counter. The entity only looks through the halls and not inside or behind anything. Number 2. If all the lights randomly start flickering, run into the security room and check the breaker. If any entity is inside the breaker box, exterminate it using the knife you were given. If there is no entity, radio in to command. Number 3. If you hear a knocking noise while inside the security room, turn off the lights, lock the door, and hide under the desk. When the knocking stops, the entity has lost interest. Number 4. If you see any entity that looks like a child, do not look at it directly. Do not acknowledge it. If the child screams, then it knows you have noticed it. Number 5. At 12 a.m., if you hear rumbling from the floor, go into the security room and check the cameras for the underground parking garage. And if you see anything, turn off the camera and close off the area of the parking with the panel. Number 6. If the reception computer screen is white, then pull the power cord out of the socket and put it back after 3 seconds. And if it's yellow, you are in imminent danger. Hide in either Zara or G-Star Raw. If the light flashes green and white 3 times, you are safe. Number 7. If for any reason you need to leave the mall, whether that's feeling unwell, radio to command by repeating code uniform. Look at the camera feed and wait for a car with flashing lights. Go out of the doors and get in. It will take you to the security HQ, and from there you can go home. Number 8. If the elevator into the Burberry store randomly starts to move on its own, run into the security room and watch the camera feed. Wait until the elevator starts moving again and shut off the power to it. This will trap the entity that causes the knocking on the door to be trapped for the rest of the night. If you take no action, nothing detrimental will happen to you, but it makes possible for the knocking to occur. Number 9. If any of the rules above are broken, you can choose to either try and run from the entity, kill it, let it kill you, or take the suicide pill. We will collect your body in the morning if the entity wins. If you survive, radio into command with the code Echo, over and over again. When you see flashing lights outside, run out of the door and into the car/van that meets you outside. You will be escorted into the security HQ, and from there you can go home. You will receive coupons to free therapy sessions to deal with the trauma you will most likely encounter. I was slightly superstitious, but not too much. My first day started as normal, nothing unusual. I was sitting in the security room until I heard a loud screeching. I went out of the security room and saw something walking in the Zara store. Crap, I thought out loud. The thing looked over at me, and I leapt to the side so it would not see me. I looked into the Zara store, and the thing was gone. I kept patrolling until I saw something that looked like a child. I flipped through the rules in my brain, but it was too late. The thing screamed. I started to run. The thing transformed to being 7 foot tall and having arms that could crush a huge rock with its pinky. I radioed in, Code Echo, I yelled. Copy that. Help en route, command replied. I kept running and eventually hid in one of the stores. The thing bumped past me and eventually disappeared. I figured it would be quite some time until the car came to pick me up, so I continued my normal duties but kept on the lookout for the thing. I was passing by Burberry and saw the elevator doors close. I ran to my security room and watched the cameras. When the elevator started moving again, I waited until it was in the middle of the elevator shaft and shut off the power to it. It abruptly stopped, and I heard slamming as if someone was trying to get out. I knew I was successful. I was chilling in the security room until I saw flashing lights outside. I knew the car was here. I ran outside into the car. "So, what you got?" he asked. "The child-looking thing," I replied. "Ah." It was really scary. It turned into a 7-foot monster. You know, I was a security guard as well. "Really? Why did you choose the job?" "I thought the same as you. The pay." "Yep, the same as me." That was interesting, I thought. "Alright, well here," the driver said. I got out and thanked him. I went inside and clocked out. I got out the car to get home. I drove, and at one point the street lights started flickering. "What?" I thought out loud. When I finally got home, I was beat. I just wanted to get home and sleep. I turned the key, and when I entered and flipped the light switch, the lights flickered. I went to my breaker and checked if everything was in order. I went and opened it. Something was inside. Out of shock, I fell backwards and the thing leaped out at me. I managed to dodge it by a little bit. I took the chance and stood up and ran. I got into my car and drove far away. I had to find a hotel close to the mall because it's the only job that had decent pay and would accept my level of experience. The next night, when I came back, something was different. It was more eerie. When I was patrolling, I had a strong feeling of something following me, but when I turned back, nothing was there. But my feeling was confirmed when I saw the reception computer screen glowing yellow. I immediately ran into the Zara store and hid. When the lights flashed green and white, I came out, but as soon as I came out, the lights started flickering. I ran into the security room and checked the breaker. I exterminated the entity inside with the knife, and then I heard the knocking. I ran and quickly did all the steps. When I went to hide, I saw a silhouette that looked like a child. I instantly looked away from there. Then I heard the rumbling. I listened for the knocking. It was gone. I stood up, avoiding to look in the direction of the silhouette. I checked the cameras and closed off that area. As I patrolled normally, it was time for my shift to end. "Guard number 1352. The car's outside for you to be picked up to clock out." "Yes," I thought out loud. I got in the car and got taken back to the security HQ. I got in my car and went to my hotel and went inside my room. I resoundingly flopped over on the bed and slept soundly. I hope you guys enjoyed this story for today. Now, I'll see you guys in the next story. Thank you for the redditor I ran out of for the awesome story. Now, as always, I'll see you guys in the next story. So don't forget to sit back and relax and listen.